Welcome to Married AF. We are your hosts, Brooke and Randall Fowler. On this show, we discuss the topics that really matter.
Like big veiny cocks and our favorite TV shows.
So pull up a chair at our kitchen table and hang out.
While I bulldog my nuts. Yo.
Hello.
What's up?
Greetings. Did you see the sweet way John was just staring at you so lovingly? And so like, it's already fucking late, you assholes.
Yeah, he wants to go to bed.
What are you doing?
For sure. He no likey.
No.
The start time. It is almost 10 o'clock at ridiculous.
We are animals. Animals.
Well, this isn't going to be a very long one anyway. Not for us on this part, but we wanted to get a little bit of fresh content out there. And I got a really cool compatibility test that I found that I thought would be interesting for us to take live.
Word.
Even though we're not really live, but on air. And just see what it says.
Okay, cool. I'm down.
So I'm going to jump right into it. You're on a flight from Tokyo to New York with one stop in Hong Kong.
Okay.
In Hong Kong, you are informed about an 8-hour delay. Your reaction is... The first option is, while on an intellectual level you realize this must be a major inconvenience, you still feel excited about this unexpected turn of events. You have 8 hours to explore new places. One thing is for sure, you're not going to spend 8 hours in the airport. Second option is delay. Oh no. The kids will be crying, your mom will be worried. Oh well, before you know it, you'll find yourself socializing with an elderly couple. Third option is you are really annoyed. You'll be late to work, you'll have commitments, you have things to do to take advantage of this extra time. You open your laptop and work or head to the bookstore to find something to read. Something practical related to your career will be best.
Yucky.
And the last one is you sit down in a chair and remain there for 8 hours. Good thing you are never bored.
Definitely not that third one. That one sounds terrible. So you're asking for my personal answer?
Yeah, which one would you pick?
I missed the first one because Rachel texted me. Sorry.
Says you realize it'll be a major inconvenience, but you're excited about the unexpected turn of events because you'll have 8 hours to explore a new place.
I thought you were going to be in the airport?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't...
8 hours, you could leave the airport.
Yeah, technically you could, but that's risky. So maybe that one's not for me because I'm thinking 8 hours, you technically could, but I mean, let's be honest. That's not... I don't know. I'm thinking... I'm either the first or the second one. Maybe the second one. Okay.
All right. Question 2. What's your learning style?
Okay.
You memorize quickly and forget quickly.
Mm-hmm.
You grasp things, and then number 2 is you grasp things fast and are able to see connections between unrelated subjects.
Nope.
You like to classify and generalize information and are able to read between the lines. You know that mastering any subject or skill requires patience and dedication. While you have many interests, you prefer to attack them one by one. Your focus is narrow and deep. And then the last one is you are a slow learner, but once you grasp something, you never lose it.
Okay, I'm a quick learner, but okay, none of that really. I guess the one where, God, I don't know. I don't want to say the first one where it's like quick learner and then you forget it easily, but kind of.
Yeah, that's the one that I am overall.
Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking that might be the one that I am too. Unless I'm doing something constantly, I'm not going to retain it.
Someone hurt you. This is question 3. Your reaction. Simply shake it off. Give yourself a break and do something fun. Struggle to hold back the tears. Look for support of a friend or a family member. Argue. Simply destroy the abuser. He should know who he is dealing with. Or you need to think it over. You won't be taking any fast decisions about your relationship.
The crying one.
I'm definitely the argue and destroy the abuser.
Yeah, I'm the crying one.
What's in your drawer at work?
God.
A mess. I'm afraid to open it. My drawer is neat and clean. There are work-related materials and some personal things like family photos or things that remind me of the people I love. I will take a break to look at them while at work. Or just work-related stuff. I don't waste time rearranging things in my drawer. As long as I can find what I need, it's good enough. Or my drawer is super organized. Nothing, and I mean nothing, is out of place there.
Super organized, but I also have like the shrine to the family all over my walls in my cube at work. Mm-hmm. But everything's
you're number 2.
Everything's super organized. Yeah.
It says my drawer is neat and clean. There are work-related materials and some personal things.
There we go. Yep. This is going to tell us if we're compatible?
I think so. I think it just tells you what... There's like 4 different types. You have some money to spend. What do you do? Spend it on fun activities and or luxury items. Buy gifts for people you love. Invest it in your business or education. Or despite you having enough money saved in your bank account, you decide to save even more.
For me, lately, probably the last one.
Yeah, for me, it would be buying gifts for everybody.
It would absolutely be that for you. I could have, yes.
Number 6, how often do you change your mind? I am extremely spontaneous and change my mind very often. I am very emotional, and this causes me to change my mind often. I don't change my mind easily, but can make fast decisions when I have to. I don't change my mind easily. I need time to think things over before making a decision.
Is there an option in there for you that says I can never make up my mind ever? I mean, I can be pretty spontaneous, but I'm probably more like the last one. That was something about thinking it over and yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm number 3. I don't change my mind easily, but can make fast decisions when I have to.
Yeah, really? No. Fast decisions, baby.
Yeah. I have to make those all the time when you won't make a decision.
Oh, true.
All the time.
Like for dinner.
Yeah. About fear.
Yeah.
You are bold, even reckless at times. You tend to worry a lot. You've got nerves of steel, but you don't take foolish risks. You are very cautious, but not too fearful.
All of the above, sir.
Yeah, that's a...
I am a conundrum wrapped in an enigma. That is literally, all of those could describe me. Every single one.
You don't worry a lot.
I
know you have the ability to let that shit go, though. I would say you're either 1 or... I think you're probably 1. Bold, even reckless at times.
Yeah. That sounds about right. I'm a wild card. We all know that.
That's a tough one for me.
I think
I tend to worry a lot.
That's true. That is true. You probably do worry about stuff more than I do. And I'm more like, it's fine, man. Depending on the content, like what it is. But
so that was the last one.
Oh, okay. Is it scoring now? Rachel's not coming on, by the way. While we're waiting, which I told her is totally fine because I know it's already late.
Okay, we are type 2 and type 3.
What does that mean?
It means opposites attract, and these two are a good example.
Hey.
There's a natural attraction at work between type 2 and type 3. They actually admire their differences. Type 2 will love independence and the analytical mind of type 3, and type 3 will love the warmth and loyalty of type 2. However, this union can have some problems. For example, type 3 doesn't confess their love very often, but for type 2, it is something essential. Type 2 may decide that connection is lost and start overreacting.
No, you've overcome that. It's okay.
Type 3 dislikes drama and may become even more unavailable.
That's pretty spot on, except for you have made it a point to overcome. You're the 3, right? And I'm the 2.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Obviously. You have for sure overcome the not showing love part, and you've knocked down that wall. So we're good.
No, I think it's pretty...
it's pretty spot on.
Accurate. It's from the Psychologia.com website.
Psychologia? Is that...
Yeah. It's obviously a Latin term.
Psychologia.
Yeah.
Libya. Well,
yeah, it's pretty cool though.
No shit, we're compatible. Right on, babe.
Yeah, they've got, and that's the scary part, is some of those I was reading on, if you're those, a couple of different versions of that, or the outlook is bleak.
I would be willing to bet that if you and your ex took that, and then me and my ex took it, it would be the you guys shouldn't be together things.
I believe that for sure.
Which obviously, I mean, it's, hindsight 2020, but so.
Yeah. Well, the cool part about, I really just wanted us to come on to talk about that. Because I thought it was interesting and wanted to see how it would turn out live.
Yeah.
Literally, we had not looked at it together.
No.
Thank goodness it was
It literally
compatible.
said everything that I already knew kind of about us, is that for sure we are opposite in
We've
many
always said that.
in many ways. Right. That's what I'm saying. It's like we've already said that we already know we're opposite in a lot of ways, but it's in all the right ways, I think. And then
agree.
we have the same mindset in all the right ways. So
Yeah, I
love
agree.
you.
I think it's, I'm not disappointed. I actually like that breakdown and everything.
Yeah. No, pretty spot on.
Yeah, but I kind of had a change of mind. Speaking of not changing your mind very often, I've already changed my mind about what we were going to say on this episode, because I was really wanting to dive into the Anthony Bourdain and the
Kate
Spade
It's so sad.
suicides.
So sad.
But I really would like Rachel's input so something inaccurate doesn't get said. And I want to give it time to let anything come out. So I think it'll be good to bring up when Rachel comes on. We'll definitely talk about it. Give it a little time to marinate.
Yeah.
So emotions are not so high, and I don't.
Yeah, it's not so fresh.
Yeah, I mean, but it's a subject that I know Rachel wants to discuss, that I think is important. And I really do want to give it the time it deserves. And we are fucking tired. And I won't last long.
Yeah, you're barely
Not
standing,
sexually,
sir.
but physically. Standing up tonight. I'm tireder than I thought. But, I mean, the surprise of this is that really this is just an intro for the Dr. Muddington episode
Okay.
that we'll be following whenever we exit, right?
Yeah, so we've got, and I think it's got a whole, like, you'll hear the music again and everything, because we started
It's a 2-episode special.
It's a
2 for 1.
It's a little sandwich of an episode.
But you all know Dr. Muddington. You
gordita.
can follow him at Dr. Muddington on Twitter.
He's currently at Bonnaroo with our friends Dr. Evil Tits and Professor McNuggets, so you'll hear reference to those friends as well in our discussion with Dr. Muddington.
They are special.
Rascals. That is a group of rascals right there.
I am worried about the safety of others, not them. They will be fine at Bonnaroo. They go every year.
They're professionals.
I worry about others at this point in our lives. But I'm sure they're partying their faces off and having a good time.
We've already seen evidence of that. Yes.
Yeah, and Dr. Muddington will be reporting back to us, and you'll hear it on the episode. He did promise to wear a self-made Sharpie
that
T-shirt.
Picture you showed me, he was not wearing.
I know. I texted him back and asked him what was going on.
Motherfucker, where's the married AF prove me wrong shirt? All right. Love you, Muddy.
But hopefully they make it and get through all that. It's got to be
a blast.
But I just think it's the right call. I mean, if you want to overrule me when you want to go talk about the suicide stuff, I just want to.
Baby, no. I don't. I mean, you're barely.
Neither one of us are pros, so I don't want to give bad info or something.
None of us are pros, and it's a fucking bummer. I don't know.
I mean, I don't want to sit there and dwell on it either, but I think it's important for people to know that it's okay to talk about.
For sure it is.
Depression
Actually, there was, my friend Janie McGuire from work.
Yes, I do.
There was like a Mothra that just flew in front of my face. She posted something very poignant, and it was related, and now I'm not going to be able to find it. But it was more like, everybody's posting the suicide hotline, and I feel like that might be more like customer service for these people. Like, why don't, we should really more just look, suicide is a comfort for many people who feel alone, disconnected, unheard, unknown. I'm all for posting the National Suicide Hotline, but for many, it can feel like the equivalent of call customer service. It takes a village. Strive to be that person that someone can call no matter how long it has been, how the dynamic has become. Just be that person and let it be known every day. Continue to show your vulnerabilities to people, and they will feel more comfortable showing theirs to you. And maybe you will be their last chance, their call. Let's start hashtag you can call me.
Mm-hmm. No, that's great.
I love that.
I agree.
Well done, Janie. If you listen to this, I have no idea. I feel like you do because you're rad.
Yeah, I like that. I mean, it's this any kind of discussion around it's going to be fine, but at the core of what she's saying is true. That until people realize that there's no shame in talking to a therapist or any of that, anytime, you do all this maintenance on, our homes, our bodies with our regular doctors. And for some reason, people think that if they go to a therapist that they've got mental illness. You don't even have to be mentally ill.
I go to a psychiatrist.
It's strictly maintenance. We both do.
Yeah.
There's no, there's nothing taboo about that. And I don't want to beat on it because I definitely want to let it simmer. I mean, we both are huge Anthony Bourdain fans, so of course we're saddened by that. Kate Spade, you've got some of her bags. You're welcome. Yeah,
and I mean, it's just so sad. I mean, of course we didn't know either one of them or know any. It's just sad, and it's a bummer, but
it is. People need to know their value and know that.
Yeah, I'm floored every time I hear about anything like this. I mean, especially.
Anthony Bourdain had the job that every person on planet Earth wanted to have. Celebrities envied him.
But that just shows it doesn't matter.
Doesn't mean dick.
It doesn't matter. Yeah, I mean, and that's why I'm floored all the time, because it I don't know, it just makes my heart hurt that somebody could be that just.
Yeah, I mean, we have no idea what was going on in his personal life. And my only thing and then we're going to close out on this topic so we can give it proper diligence when we do it with Rachel on here. But I wish everyone would take a breath before they, you got a lot of people that are so, I don't know if it's desperate or they want to hit it while the iron's hot, but to jump out and the first thing they post is, Anthony Bourdain committed suicide. What a prick. Or how selfish. And I get that if that's your emotion, but you need to have the self-control to
come on though.
Hold that in. I mean, nobody can judge a person that, obviously is tortured enough to take their own life in a moment of torment in their life that's just a blip on their whole life.
Yeah, that's harsh.
There are plenty of people I know, and I know you do too, that have committed suicide, and I know they were good people.
Of course. Yeah, I mean, and it's just that I can't even imagine the torture that was going on in their own heads to be able to get to that point to do that. So, I mean, that's harsh. I mean, Yeah,
I just don't like to rush to any judgment on people in that situation.
Yeah.
Because I have no idea what their headspace was like or is like.
Exactly.
And, I don't like to see people that's their stamp on such a great life for both Anthony Bourdain and Kate Spade as far as accolades and accomplishments. What should be most celebrated was, what they were successful at, and see if maybe this will open up a dialogue about suicide. But it does seem to be all the rage again. I mean,
no, it sucks. It's
out of control. And so I look forward to diving into it when we've got the energy and the firepower to,
I guess,
maybe talk about it.
It's heavy, man.
With some academia behind what we're saying, which would be Rachel. 'Cause we don't know. We're trying to just say be cool.
Chill out, man. Yeah.
You know, if you feel like you need to bag on somebody that committed suicide, just take a break.
Just
walk away from the Facebook.
Take a step back, put your phone down.
Just think about their family and everyone else. And just back up. And
think about if it was your
relax.
brother or mom or whatever. Like, yeah.
So that's all I got on that, baby. If you're down to bounce, I'm down to bounce and give them the extraordinary episode of Dr. Muddington because it was fun.
Enjoy our conversation with Dr. Muddington while he was en route to Bonnaroo.
Yeah. And fuck the people that are mean to people that commit suicide and
yeah, for sure. Go fuck yourselves.
We out.
Welcome to Married AF. We are your hosts, Brooke and Randall Fowler. On this show, we discuss the topics that really matter.
Like big veiny cocks and our favorite TV shows.
So pull up a chair at our kitchen table and hang out.
While I bulldog my nuts. Cow! Welcome, everybody. I've got to just say, we've had some pretty big name guests on our famous show, from Buff Bagwell to Chris Hardwick's mom to our in-house almost PhD Rachel Miller, but nobody has the credentials of Dr. Muddington, who's here with us finally in person.
Well, not in person, on the phone
or
in person.
Yes, well,
as in person as I'm gonna get for right now.
Yeah, virtually
thanks for having me.
At our kitchen table.
Live on recording.
Yes. And I'm going to save it till the end, though, our question for Dr. Muddington. But I wanted to get the first thing out of the way is, we have basically two doctors on this show. We have the real Dr. Muddington and then almost Dr. Rachel. So what have your thoughts been on Rachel's follow-ups to your answers? They've been pretty damn good.
Yeah, no, it's so honestly, I try to answer those questions with absolutely no pre-thought at all. So it's really just I'm firing right from the top of my head, single recording, usually in my car in traffic, trying to run people over, and in between me telling people to go fuck themselves for trying to cut me off. So honestly, the fact that she's agreed with me with a lot of the things is, I don't know, it's actually pretty cool to hear. So, also that she also agrees to put up with my, my other side of the answers, which is usually stuff like go fuck her sister or,
I was going to say that's really the one that sticks out to me that she didn't hear.
Hey, look, I mean, if
I liked that part.
Sister, I mean, it would prove a point.
I agreed 100%, but me and Brooke both and Rachel laughed at that one by far the hardest because everything up to that point, like it was like 100%
spot on.
Legit. You were like, God, dude, you got to get over this shit. You got to, move on, be ready to be married, let it go. You just got, the fucking cold feet, but you can always fuck her sister. It was fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, it would prove a point. I mean, I go back, that's actually from a Seinfeld episode where he actually says to go fuck his wife, but, minus the fuck part. So, it's really the end all situation. If you're sitting in a room and someone's being a complete dick, you have no other recourse against them or whatever they're saying, just be like, look, hey, I fucked your wife. And that's pretty much the end of the day. I mean, there's nowhere to go from there.
No, there's nowhere to go.
Yeah. And then if you actually fuck his wife, then you really drop the card. So that, but no, it's been great to hear Rachel, not only for her opinions, which I think are probably far more educated than mine, but, like the fact that she's willing to, let's say, elaborate on my little short quips on these problems and probably be a lot more helpful than I am too. So, But she's done great. I love it that she's from Chicago. So, both your in-house counsel all in Chicago. I like it.
I think she's trying to schedule an appointment with you so she can get...
Yeah. Yeah.
Have you seen us go back and forth on Twitter a little bit?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. She's, I think she's willing to take on anybody, Muddy. So I don't think she's scared. I mean, I think she sees there's... She might be opening up more than she wants to deal with, though. If she tries to get into your brain.
Yeah, I would. I dare her to hypnotize me and find out what I'm really upset about. Because it's going to change her. It's going to change her life. I mean, immediately she's going to have to go to a church parking lot and change her ways.
Well, she's going to need Jesus.
We did a whole episode last night that we've got recorded. We haven't aired it. And the whole thing started out talking about your circumcision question.
Oh, jeez.
And the
good old cheese dick?
Yeah, the guy that we had on, it's like his kryptonite. And so we were discussing it and how disgusting the whole question made him feel.
He saw some kind of video when he was younger, some kind of like Faces of Death kind of video.
Rotten.com.
There we go. I forgot the name of it. And it showed an up close and personal like cottage cheese dick, and so I don't really want to go talk in length about that anymore though, because it was making me nauseous last night. Like I was gross.
I've never seen a real cheesy dick. I mean, I'm with Muddy. That's fucking nasty.
Get a Q-tip up in there.
That's on
motherfucker.
You.
Yeah.
Get a pressure washer up in there or something.
Yeah. A little attachment on the sink.
Hell, they've got those. What are those things called now that you can water picks, like for your teeth?
Oh yeah, exactly.
There you go.
Put that water pick in your cock and just fucking.
That would be perfect.
Spray that bitch out.
But have one just for that, and don't put that one in your mouth.
Never.
Hey, baby, which tip are you using to clean your dick and which for your teeth?
I don't want to fuck this up.
The one with the yellow one's for my dick.
Whoops.
I could see that going backwards. Oh, God, I remember a story much like that. So I had a pair of clippers that I used to use for manscaping,
Oh, yeah.
Basically, grip field.
Yep.
And so just had it in my locker. This is back in, down in Brevard County back with the Brewers. Had it in my locker. It's always there. And then, one day I come to it. It's just a ton of hair in it. I'm like, what the fuck? I know that two of the Dominican guys used it to shave their head. I was just like, that's my fucking dick clippers, right? It's a good little joke on them for a while.
Nice.
So.
That's locker room banter, though. I mean, it's disgusting, but you remember
that happened.
I mean, you remember at Butler baseball locker room. That locker room was the nastiest place on earth.
Oh, God, yeah.
Our high school baseball locker room was the size of this kitchen, the whole thing, and that included everyone's lockers and a shitter.
So there was a lot of moon landings?
And showers and a shitter, yeah.
Do what, baby?
Was there a lot of moon landings?
Well, no, you don't really see a lot of guys get
You didn't walk around
naked.
Okay, good.
I mean, except for the freshmen, when they would get hazed and they'd be standing there traumatized and stark naked after they were brutally terrorized.
And did it happen to you when you were a freshman?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I got it. I got it
only
in football
fair
and
if it happened
baseball.
to you.
Yeah, it happened to me for sure.
But it's still not cool.
I remember you guys tried to get me.
Yeah, I mean, everyone gets
We're
it.
coming out of the showers, and I came out of that shower. You guys had towels already like twirled, man. I was like, son of a bitch. And I don't know who exactly it was. Fuck, I don't even know. Maybe it was probably Frazier. And so I just was probably the stoutest guy on our team and most likely to be orchestrating this. And I remember I ran right at him and just jumped on him and tackled him. And I was just like, I'm getting whipped. People are coming with me.
Dude, Rawls had come in and he had kind of gotten he was a lot more serious about not allowing it as much because Coach Coggins, he could give two shits. He just wanted to smoke cigarettes and play baseball. He promoted it, and that's when old Marcus Spicer and them, they were fucking brutal. But
yeah, Marcus, Timmy, and all those guys. Oh,
yeah, you know that Rawls is the Buckhorn girls softball coach.
Yeah.
And he's won all kind of championships.
Yeah, it blows my mind. I mean, I have a general, obviously, hate for him in some instances, and in other instances, I do feel that. Have you ever seen the movie Major Payne?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's Coach Rawls to me. I think his whole thing was he unified us by being such a fucking shithead that we hated him all so much that we couldn't help but be friends.
That's true.
It was just it was always us versus him. It was the other team was just a hurdle to us to do something to piss him off. I cannot even count the amount of times me and EJ and Wes and all them smoking Black and Miles. We'd be in a car smoking Black and Miles past Coach Rawls and duck them all down and act like we just fuck with him like you wouldn't believe. But I don't know how many laps I ran that year.
God, dude, he was absolutely
every other week. It was Muddy, you need to run a mile to stay on this team.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever told you, babe, but we did this warm up with Coach Rawls, where when we were taking infield before the game, we did imaginary infield. He would hit a non-real ball, like a fucking normal baseball players, before the game, the coach will hit grounders to everybody and you throw it around the horn. He would come up with no ball, throw in the air, swing a fake bat.
Pretend ball.
And then I'm at third base and I have to pretend field it.
What?
Pretend throw it to first. Am I lying? I'm not lying, am I, Muddy?
No, man. It was
so weird.
He went as far as jokingly. I think I got yelled at one time out in left field for not fielding a fake fly ball.
Yeah. You're like, where is it?
You went the wrong way, Muddy. I hit it down the line.
So I think I was sitting back there talking to James, right? So it's me, James, and Brock out there. And I'm talking to James just whatever we have to be talking about, probably, girls or some shit like that. And sure enough, Muddy, where are you? I'm like, what the fuck? He never hit to the outfield ever, except for that one instance. He decided he'd make an example of me, which was one of his favorite things to do. So it was
that
great.
Is just silly.
Yeah, it was so weird. I mean, and we had a really good team. I mean, and until Hoover showed up with their 30-year-olds. I've told Brooke about them that they all had
kids.
We were beat when they got off the bus.
Oh, they had kids, 401ks. One of them had a pension.
They all had
an ex-wife.
They all had beards.
Yeah, they all had full beards. It was absolutely insane. And we were just like, well, we got Mike Horton. He's got a kid.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, maybe we have a chance. And it was just unfucking believable to see those guys get off that bus.
So was Hoover just good at all sports? Because they were the two-a-days school too.
Yeah, they have so much money.
They bust people into that school though, don't they?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
From all around in Birmingham.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. Yeah.
But they got off the bus and they hit more home runs in that game. I mean, they were just hitting bombs, and I think we did start Horton, if I remember right.
Yeah, good old Grandpa throwing a little curve.
Yeah, and they, they would have beat anybody we put out.
Yeah.
Well,
no, it was funny because I remember before that game, it was a home game for us, so they were playing the Rocky soundtrack over the loudspeakers, and we're just everyone's kind of getting pumped up, and we're like, hell yeah, Rocky, and blah blah blah. And sure as fuck not, we were Rocky in this situation, except for we got beat to shit.
Yeah, it was pretty...
we were Rocky and they were Thunder.
Yeah, I remember just looking at them when they took the field. I was like, God, these are fucking men. We're a bunch of dicks. We're a bunch of young dicks. What are these fucking pros doing?
Yeah, I just I can only imagine what they thought walking into it. Why the fuck are we here?
Why are we playing these kindergartners?
These guys beat the shit out of everybody up north, and it's time to realize it's time to make them realize what really goes on. Shit.
Yeah. So right now you're actually headed to Bonnaroo, right?
Yeah. I am in buttfuck Indiana right now. So
on the way to buttfuck
is.
Tennessee.
Yeah, pretty much. There's a lot of butt fucking going to happen, and that's why I brought the Spunk Lube with me, because there is butt fucking during this whole entire drive.
Boom.
Golly, I'd really do need to find a way to get y'all a bottle. I'm so just for group usage. But
I wish he had a shirt to wear for Spunk Lube at the Bonnaroo, but I actually told Randall,
yes,
I'm gonna need you to get.
her.
I'm gonna need you to get a white T-shirt and a Sharpie, and write "Married AF Podcast." Prove me wrong.
Prove me wrong.
And wear it when you do your when you try to pitch people to throw Spunk Lube promos. If you're able to that would be the most golden shit in the world if you actually get some people to do it.
Married AF Podcast, Prove Me Wrong, brought to you by Spunk Lube.
Yeah. Don't worry about that. I already got a plan for that. So,
nice.
I definitely have a number of Sharpies and a number of white shirts. And
yes.
If you guys think I'm wearing a fucking shirt that doesn't have Sharpie on it the whole entire time I'm there,
that's why we love you, Muddy.
You obviously have never met me. And still to this day, I have with me the original RobertOwen.net Prove Me Wrong.
Yes.
That shirt belongs in the Hall of Fame.
Just thinking about all of the random yelling that at people makes me want to cry laugh if I think about it too much. How fucking funny that was. The looks on people's faces like, what?
Well, eventually people start buying in like, fuck, I'm not proving that guy wrong. They have no idea. They're just like, fuck that.
I want to know how many hits his website got that year because of...
Well, Robert was the first guy I ever... He had to be one of the first guys of the internet to buy his domain.
It was in 2010 that
But he had his domain like in 1999. He bought it. He was one of the forward thinkers that...
That's why it's .net.
Yeah.
Right.
But yes, that would be fucking awesome. And I mean, so what is Bonnaroo like? We've never been. What is it? Since we've been to Bama Jam with you, is it like Bama Jam minus showers?
With no country music.
Plus more access to
more drugs,
people and buttholes. And
so it's very similar to Bama Jam in the sense. Well, first of all, Brooke hooking us up at Bama Jam was unlike anything else. I mean, that was like having me and Chad, and I mean that those 2 nights were just absolutely spectacular.
We had VIP treatment at Bama Jam, so it was pretty fun. Yeah.
And we still stole drinks from, or Muddy stole full-blown bottles from
when
the
it
bar.
rains, it pours, baby.
I'm just looking at the bartender, be like, "Don't worry about this, I got it."
Yeah.
Prove me wrong.
VIP.
Yeah, prove me wrong,
VIP
bitch.
and walked away, and the last thing he saw was "Prove me wrong."
Yeah, that is what you said. I think you did say like I'm VIP and just grabbed the bar.
Yeah, I'm VIP, and the last thing he saw on my shirt, "Prove me wrong," and there was nothing to prove other than I was leaving with those bottles, and his best course
They
back
don't care.
let me do so.
Well, Bonnaroo's expensive, isn't it? Isn't it pretty pricey?
I mean, it's about $300 or so, but I mean, you're not. Actually, Bama Jam was great. There was a lot of really good acts in there, and I'm not much of a country music person, but it was for. I mean, I don't even know if we paid for our ticket. I think you hooked us up.
No,
Yeah.
it was all free.
So, but anyways, I mean, it's about $300, but you're getting Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday worth of bands, and this year's headliner happens to be Eminem.
Oh, shit.
And this year's lineup's not one of my favorites, but I mean, we've gone there and seen, Pearl Jam. Like there's always a big headliner that if I were to even see him in Chicago, I'd spend $100 and something just for that ticket.
Right.
So when you put it all together, and honestly, and I know you guys can imagine because you know the crew that I run with,
Mm-hmm.
our campsite is like fucking ground zero of the nuclear bomb. I mean, there's freaky shit going on everywhere. It's like Chernobyl or something. There's just freaky stuff going on everywhere. There's things, people are seeing things, people are doing things, and none of it makes
Baby
sense.
Sturgill Simpson's going to be there.
Holy shit, Sturgill's going to be there?
Yeah, I just pulled up the website.
Fucking Professor McNuggets is going to shit himself.
He is going to shit
Oh
himself.
yeah, he's excited about that.
I'm shitting myself for him.
Eminem, The
it's funny
Killers,
because-
and Muse are the headliners.
Shit.
Yeah, and Eminem, yeah.
Well-
And then, like, so right now, you know, those guys, we're all on a group text message, and they've spent the last 2 days pretty much motherfucking me.
Yeah.
Because they're like, hey, where are we going to meet tomorrow at 9 a.m.? And I'm like, hopefully by Wrigley Field.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Muddy. We hate you. You're not going. You're such a dick.
So none of them know you're coming?
Yeah, do any of them know?
They don't know. No.
None of them know. I thought at least
Not
one of them
one of
did,
them.
so you could like
I don't
find
tru-
them.
Nah, I don't trust them. If I tell one, they'll tell.
No, that's
I
a
mean,
good call, though. That's a really
there's
good
only-
call.
You know, Professor McNuggets is the only one I could actually trust with that.
Yeah.
But you
because
didn't even tell him?
I didn't even tell him. Now, I might need to tell him.
I
if
think
I
you
get
might
closer
need
and
to,
I'm
like,
unable to-
before you roll up. Like, I'd be worried you'd show up and they'd be like, there's no room for you, dick.
Bullshit, though. I mean,
I know. Of course they'd. And Muddy wouldn't care. He'd be like, oh, well, then I'm laying on your face.
Cool.
I've been
Khaled's
shot
going to be
before.
there. Babe. Khaled.
Ugh.
Yeah.
What a prick, though. Is anybody going to cheer for that guy after he said women are pieces of shit, basically, that serve him?
Fuck that.
Yeah, I don't know, man. He's such a. I mean, who knows? I would expect to see some. You know, Bonnaroo's. So it's like Bama Jam, but there's about 100,000 people there.
Yeah.
Golly.
So it's considerably bigger,
Oh, yeah.
and everyone's camping out. So it's like the dregs of society. I mean, there's.
It's like Woodstock.
Yeah, you're kind of walking back from Center Rue where all the concerts are, and you go through a couple different levels of, obviously, life. First, you're like VIP section. People are like normal. They're drinking wine and shit like that and kind of
Yeah.
chilling, and they're clean. And then you get into, like, you know, tent areas that are a little nicer, and you're like, okay, these people are still clean. They're actually paying for their tokens and showering. Because there are showers there, and they're actually pretty nice. And then you get into, like, our area where it starts to decline, and we like to be that line of decline. And then as you get further and further back, it's like,
That's hilarious.
people are just
That's where we
it's
differ,
like,
Muddy.
It's like fucking tent cities, and like people are like kissing each other, and it just.
It smells
it's
like
Yeah, what does that smell like, Muddy?
What does it
sewage.
smell like? Well, to me it smells like victory, but that's all I feel like. I'm always in our camp, and I'm a proponent of being victorious always. But you know, I'll be honest. Our campsite now has. I mean, we got generators now and huge tents, and we're pretty set up pretty well.
That's good. So you got,
y'all
like-
are old now. I don't see it being.
Yeah, we're not quite.
Do you have
know,
like a
the
little
first
portable
year-
air conditioner or something? Because, I mean, Manchester, Tennessee in June is going to be sticky.
Yeah, I mean, we don't have AC. You'll hop in your car if it gets real bad.
Yeah.
But
3 days, though.
yeah, we have fans and stuff like that. And honestly, I shower right in front of every fucking person. I get down to my underwear, dump water over my head, cover myself in,
Boom.
shampoo and cleaner,
Good
dump
for
water
you.
over my head, and I do it right in front of everybody and just,
That's a good idea. I would just bring a bathing suit or something, like bring a bikini or
Yeah.
something and do
Yeah,
it that
it's probably
way.
smart.
That is a really good idea.
Yeah, I mean, I got baby wipes because I got kids, and God knows I got plenty of those.
Right.
You know,
Yeah. Well, what do you get? Oh shit! Well, I know what I was going to say. Conan O'Brien went to Bonnaroo a few years ago, right?
yeah, we saw him. Yeah,
Yeah.
He
did stand-up?
He did he did an hour before Metallica.
He
Then
played
introduced
music too,
Metallica.
didn't he?
Yeah, on one of the other stations.
That's
he
funny.
hopped off. That was the next night. Oh, he was fucking
He's hilarious. I love him.
Yeah.
But
So-
I mean, oh, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say. So I would imagine that the Bonnaroo crowd is a little more liberal leaning, because just the
Yeah.
the
Yeah, I would say so.
Woodstocky
I mean,
It's a bit of
factor.
a hippie crowd, yeah.
But so that's
yeah,
why.
I mean, I would expect to see a lot of probably fuck Trump type of stuff
Right.
around or whatnot
Yeah.
like that. But
well, that's why I
probably
think
more so last year.
that's why I think DJ Khaled might get his ass booed, justifiably.
Huh?
Yeah,
Khaled,
I'll
that
tell
you
you
said
this.
is going to be there.
Yeah, Khaled.
That he
Yeah.
would get booed there.
So there's an aspect full of people who are want to be activists, and there's an aspect of people who are wannabe activists. And
Sure.
unfortunately, the wannabes are far more than the want to be.
Yeah.
So the wannabes will celebrate him and spit on his name the next day,
Yeah.
shit like
you're
that. I mean, he'll
probably
still
right.
have a full stage of people. There's no doubt about
Oh
it.
yeah, no, you're absolutely right. He'll be
Yeah.
fine, but I still imagine there'll be a couple. You'll see some real crunchy fucks that are like, fuck you.
Yeah.
Here's my menstrual blood.
Ew,
Oh, yeah. I mean, there probably
gross.
some titties flying at that concert, so it might be worth going.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, did I say that? Hey, I'm woman. Hear me. I'm proud. Hey. So, yeah, no, it's great. I mean, they have, a lot of good bands. You usually end up finding out about bands there. They do have a comedy tent, too, so it's a good time. And as you may or may not have known, but I was on stage with Jeff Ross there.
No, I did not know that. How did that happen?
Jeff Ross speed roasted me. I wouldn't give him any other option. I ran up on stage. He speed roasted everyone in front of me, and then me and him talked up on stage for probably about a minute and a half. You can watch it on Chad's YouTube. It's pretty fucking funny.
Fucking great. You know that Chris D'Elia has roasted me before, right?
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I did not know that.
For nothing like that, for like 10 seconds, because I was in the front row at the Comedy Cellar in New York City when he was real young. And he just basically looked at me and said I looked like a prison inmate out of the crowd. He picked me out of the crowd.
Well, when we go see him in November, we're going to now be in the balcony watching him.
He'll still find me. Brian Callen found me when we went and saw him in Shad.
But we had VIP for Fighter and the Kid, and he came and sat on your lap.
Yeah, Brian Callen did sit on my lap.
I called that before we went to the show, too. I was like, Brian Callen's going to see you, and he's going to love you, and he's going to want to feel your muscles. And he sure as fuck, he came and sat on his lap and was like, oh, hey, are you military?
Yeah. But, yeah, D'Elia won't see us at the Tabernacle.
No, we're going to be on, like, I think we're 200 or 300 level balcony. But, yeah, that's going to be a good time.
Well,
I can't wait.
Did Jeff Ross give it to you good? I mean, how was that?
I gave it back to him, actually. We had a good back and forth. He was trying to roast me, and I was answering all of it, like rebutting right back to him.
Nice.
So it's a pretty good back and forth. And at the end, he gave me like about 6 shower tokens, which is essentially gold.
That is fucking amazing. Yeah.
So that's how you pay for a shower there?
Yeah, you can buy tokens. It's like $5 and you can get a shower, but it's a token system. So, and it's good. I mean, the showers are actually nice and clean. They're not bad. I didn't use the tokens. I gave it to all the girls at camp. And a couple to Professor.
Man. Well,
I was a single man back then, so it was a smart move on my part.
So do you see people hunched over, like, in the tree line dropping deuces and shit? Like, is it that Woodstocky or no?
Nah. I mean, there's porta potties all over the place.
There should be 17,000 porta potties, I would imagine.
Yeah. But there are certainly people who, like, can't make it, or, you'll see let's just say a fellow camper of mine has been known to maybe drop a deuce on a paper plate and then put a sign in front of it that says free food.
Is that Dr. Evil Tits?
That's Dr. Evil Tits.
I think that's a glorious idea, and I hope that happens for y'all this year and that they're somehow documented.
I'm going to need y'all to, like Facebook Live at some point, or definitely
There's just too many careers now. Guys have to be protected.
Oh, yeah, true.
When we were dumbasses, God, that was so good.
Or at least, like,
too many careers
text
to throw
Randall
away.
some shit, because we got to live vicariously through you guys.
Well, you know what's going on right now? So we're in a group on Facebook with a bunch of Bonnaroo people, and this one girl posted this video of some really disgusting guys. She was like, "You won't believe what happened to me last year. There was guys walking around that had a bunch of blow-up dolls and a dildo on a stick, and they kept on trying to touch people with the dildo on a stick."
Well, let me guess.
I saw some really familiar faces in that video, like my own and everyone else I know.
Oh,
so, yeah.
Shocking.
And, actually, I should have actually consulted Rachel before I went to see what kind of sex toy is the best to strap onto a telescoping stick, and say hey.
That's hilarious.
Could have probably used some advice from her on that one.
You probably want one that's not too top heavy.
Yeah, you got to get a good flop in it, but you can't have too much girth because it's just gonna tip the scale.
Exactly, and then it's gonna just get heavy.
Well, so is this because now that we're old guys, we're all pushing 40 and shit. Is this does all of our buddies? Is this the week that they save up all year and this is where they get to let loose one time a year?
Yeah, I would say so. But then honestly, knowing down it pretty much feels like they let loose every weekend.
Yeah.
For me, a little more so that I get to travel a little bit. Obviously, it's a nice break. Not that I don't love them, but it's a nice break for me to go act a little bit like a maniac and have fun. But also, that Bonnaroo area is it's a really safe area too. So it's kind of, hey, I know I can be a little crazy. I can be a little goofy. I can have the cops confiscate my megaphone. I can, they confiscated my megaphone after I developed a game called Scream at My Dick, which I went to females and said, look, there's a guy in your life right now who is being a complete asshole and treating you like shit. So if you want to scream at a dick and pretend that it says, use mine. And that went really well for a long time until the force-mounted police decided my megaphone was a little bit loud and the things I was saying weren't quite what they wanted to hear.
And you didn't get tased or anything?
I did not get tased, but the megaphone did get confiscated, unfortunately. And they did not get it back to us, as they promised. No surprise.
No surprises there.
Do they have any, special protocols now? I mean, because, shit, everybody's got to be worried about, gun violence in a big crowd. Like, do they make y'all do, clear bags or anything now? Because that's a lot of motherfuckers. Yeah,
so this year they've actually instituted a little bit more rules on that and a lot more clear bag stuff. So for, if you're bringing anything in, it's got to be in a clear bag, much like the NFL bag.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And then for Camelbacks, they can only have 2 pockets, and apparently there's dogs sniffing everyone's car.
Mm-hmm.
But I've been informed, so I'm still on that thread. They don't realize I'm coming, but they're talking about it, and they're like, well, yeah, the dogs aren't looking for drugs. They're actually trying to smell out anything that might be involved, like gunpowder or anything like that.
Yeah, there's explosive sniffing dogs, and then there's drug sniffing dogs. So there is a difference. And that's...
People wouldn't go to Bonnaroo if they started.
For fuck's sake,
pulling weed and shit. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, please just have the explosive sniffing dogs and just let people do their drugs at It's Bonnaroo, for fuck's sake.
But I do want to know how many people end up shoving their drugs up their ass that are standing in line to get into Bonnaroo right now.
Hey, look, I'm telling you right now, Spunk Lube's missing a prime marketing target.
Right?
Oh,
just
shit.
Having a little table right there and be like, hey, you need drugs up your ass? Here's a way to get things up your ass.
Yeah. Are you the mule? Come see me.
They have a
You're
table.
The mule, I got your tool.
Yeah.
Suck it.
They got a table with little Ziploc baggies and travel size Spunk Lube.
Here's your travel size Spunk Lube. Here's your balloon. Good luck.
Yep. There's a porta potty.
Don't overexplain it.
Have a good Bonnaroo.
Pop it if it's full of cocaine, because that's going to be epic.
Oh my gosh. Well, that's going to be so fun.
Yeah, that's hilarious. I know that you saw I sent you the picture of the Spunk Lube collab shirt that we've got coming out.
That's a great shirt. Yeah.
Dude, that's fucking shit. Jeff from Spunk Lube, the owner, he messaged me back. Yeah, he's the creator and owner.
Oh, nice.
And he
so it's his jizz.
Yeah, he said, I love that shirt and I would wear that shirt and I'm a veteran and I want that shirt.
Oh, sweet.
And I was like, well, fuck yeah.
Good call on the military theme then.
Oh yeah, military green.
Yeah.
It's fucking killer.
I like it.
But
nobody whacks more than our military.
Absolutely. And then, shit.
Gotta do it.
Ah.
I hope that guy blows up. I want him to have the whole fucking... to own the whole corner of the fucking porn lube market just for having enough faith to jump on our shitty show when we had nothing and give us a few bottles of lube.
We're still nothing, baby.
I know, but he got in at the ground level because when we're huge...
you gotta start somewhere.
Uh-huh.
When we replace Joe Rogan and Tom Segura and his wife... They're going to be beating our doors down, and I'm going to have to tell Fleshlight to go fuck themselves because I offered it to them.
Uh-huh. You did.
I was a little disappointed that the old pocket pussy didn't jump on.
Didn't send one.
I'm glad they didn't, though, because that is not something that both of us could use.
Yeah, the lube.
However, the
lube is for everyone.
Well, you can use a pocket pussy. I mean,
what the fuck do I do with it?
Hey, look, girls use those, too.
I think she would throw up just from the it being full, like if she,
The sanitary component of it would.
Yeah, you have to listen to the podcast that we've got recorded.
That we haven't posted yet.
And it's not posted, but the guy that we interviewed, Jody from Po' Boy Podcast, he was talking about his experience with a pocket pussy, that he owned one.
He encountered one in somebody's drawer.
He encountered one of his friends and used it. His buddies used one. I was like, oh, man.
He said he pulled out, though, before.
Yeah, he said he didn't jizz in it, which is respectful.
But still.
That's awesome, though.
Yeah.
Oh, man. So are they like Eskimo brothers now?
I don't know. That's what I was wanting to ask him, like, did you get the clap or anything? Like, did anything, crabs, anything cool?
That was my concern, was like, how do you know that guy, like, even cleans it ever? Like, has he run it through the dishwasher or anything?
That is a great question. This is a real question for Dr. Muddington. We're going to make it. Dr. Muddington, is it okay to fuck your random friend's pocket pussy when they're not there and you stumble upon their pocket pussy?
So here's a general lesson here. Don't fuck any of your friends' pussies. Okay? So
Pocket
whether
or
real
not.
or pocket.
whether it's real or fake, just if he's a good friend of yours, stay away from any pussy that he might be using at that period of
That's
time.
a good
Unless
rule of
you're
thumb.
like Tijuana, and then it's cool.
Totally
That's a good rule of
answer.
thumb to live by.
If there's a financial exchange going on with the pussy, then that's open to interpretation, but you should probably not use any pussy that your friend is using at the same period of time.
I
Now, if
wholeheartedly
you wait a
agree.
month or two, at least for the live ones, you can work something out.
I mean,
Or you can just fuck their sisters.
the only way I could see
There
it,
you go.
and it would be, I don't know if I would laugh or if I would want to fight my friend.
Or cry.
Had he blown his load in it and then not told his buddy,
Ew.
and then
And just
his
left
buddy just went back to fucking it when he got
And
home.
was like, I don't remember leaving a deposit.
I guess it's mine.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
That
No, I
would
would
be
say, like,
brutal.
I'd be more than open to fucking with a friend if I found that. Like, putting in, like, some cottage cheese in there or something like that.
Oh,
Just,
sure,
like,
me
dipping
too.
it down in
Yes.
there. Yeah, that's fair game.
Sprinkled a bunch of pubes on top of it, just like a ton of them. Yeah.
Maybe put a Justin Bieber face around the hole, and,
Yeah, absolutely. But
Give
I
a
don't know
little-
if I could.
little
I
bit of
couldn't
fun.
fuck it.
No, I don't think I can get there.
That's pretty awesome. That he
Put some
did it.
mayonnaise in there and let it dry up, and
It'd
you'd be like,
so
oh.
bad. There's a lot you could do with that, but shit,
Rubber
man.
cement.
Yeah.
that's so
that's a little much. That could be dude. That skin is so tender.
Yeah.
That is like paper thin. I mean, you're fucked if you glue anything to
Ew.
your cock.
Stop it.
You're tearing it to the veins.
Stop. Oh,
You know,
ouchie.
It's not like your finger skin where you can peel off
No.
a good 4 or 5 layers.
Especially not your fingers, because they're calloused.
Oh yeah, mine are like leather, so I can pull at least 5,
Kind of
6,
hard work.
I know.
5 or 6.
But now,
Or a
yeah.
lot of whacking it.
There you go. Well, now we've got spunk lube, and that shit
No
is-
friction.
it removes all friction.
And
Next time
moisturizes.
Next time if I see you, if you don't have moist avocado smelling hands, we're not fucking friends. All right.
I'm telling you, I
I want to slide right into that.
I asked Jeff to send some of their silicone brand of it. Like it's supposed to be like their super slick.
Where you can have sex in water.
Yeah,
basically.
like it's so well
Yep.
done. Like you can fuck anywhere in it.
Which would solve our, it's just a pain in the ass if you try and have sex in the shower. If you're really being honest.
I'm too big
It's not, yeah. Well, and
for our little shower. I'm
yeah.
too large.
But and it's just water, and trying to do that is not conducive. So this stuff could solve that problem, but it's still, you're still too big. It doesn't
Still
solve
too
that
big.
problem.
Yeah, it doesn't solve that. We just gotta have a bigger shower.
Time to remodel.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we had.
We-
Go ahead, Muddy. What was you saying?
I was about to say we've so as you guys know, I'm a general contractor in architecture, and so we've definitely built some fuck me showers. So there is no doubt about it.
Oh, we had one in Miami.
That was exactly the one that popped into my mind. We stayed in a hotel on South Beach. I don't know what year we went there. It was many years ago, but the shower was like a room in its own. It didn't even have like a shower curtain or a door or anything because it was literally just like, it was right across from the bed and it was all like stone, but you like walked in and you like turned the corner almost. Like it was so far back. It was like a whole room. There was every
couple that's ever stayed there is fucked in it. Guaranteed.
We spent a lot of time in that shower. It was unbelievable. I was like, what the fuck? I mean, it was damn near as big as our bedroom.
Yeah.
So good.
And you know what happened night, Muddy?
Hotel Ocean.
Brooke woke up to me pissing in the kitchen.
Yeah.
In the floor because I thought that's how drunk we got. I was pissing in the middle of the kitchen.
Well, and what's fucked up about that is that our bed was right across from the shower, and right across from the shower was completely separate room from the bathroom. But the shower and the bathroom were right across from our bed. He got out of bed, walked the complete opposite direction around the counter in the little mini kitchen, and I heard the noise of like his piss hitting the floor and was like, what the fuck are you doing? And he was like, I'm pissed. I was like, you're in the kitchen. No, I'm not. I was like, oh my God. What the
was that one of those brown liquor nights?
Oh God.
It was
so bad.
Everything night. Oh my God.
There are pictures of me on the beach.
Yeah. He was trying to like take my clothes off on the beach.
The public beach.
Like right in front of our hotel at like 2 a.m. I'm like, this isn't going to work.
Yeah.
Seems reasonable.
Totally reasonable.
It's dark.
Yeah. Sorry, Brooke. I'm
Muddy gets it. He's like, what was weird about that?
I was hammered too, so I was just about to, I was just trying to not have us go to jail. It's like, let's just walk
it's Miami,
50 yards to our hotel.
Miami you can smell the sex in the air in Miami. The Latin sex.
And I really didn't want sand all up in my hoo-ha.
No, it wouldn't have ended well. I mean, you did the right thing. But,
a lot of chafing.
Yeah, we did have one question, Muddy, before we let you go and get out of here that we had for Dr. Muddington. And I thought it was interesting, so I didn't want to save it or email it to you. I wanted to actually hear you answer it. And it was a listener wanting to know if women and men can be platonic friends, and wanted to hear us discuss what you thought.
All right, so I assuming we're going to take out the fact of women being friends with gay men.
Yeah, straight man.
So
is what?
Okay, so straight. I assume we're talking straight on straight here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sure. I mean, in any fairy tale world you could ever dream of. I mean, look, and it's been said 100,000 times in a whole bunch of different ways. It's just any guy who's a friend of a girl that he finds even remotely attractive. I'm talking remote, like as a possible ever option in his life.
Minuscule amounts.
Yeah, just like one time he looked at her on the beach in the right way. The sun was partially in his eyes. He's nearsighted in his left eye. He saw her out of that eye.
And she wasn't that bad.
And she didn't look that bad. and you know,
he's still going to want to fuck her if they're friends.
He's going to want to fuck her. Like, it's so hard to overcome just that impulse, which is, I mean, it's, you fight it in your head every day in a sense. So is it possible? Yes, it happens. But at a point in time, if that girl were to say, hey, why don't we just go fuck right now?
Yeah.
It's done. It's
and
over.
By the way, it kind of goes the other way too. And I'm talking like if both people are single, sometimes even if not, but that's just terrible. But, I mean, it goes the other way too. That even, I mean, girls can be just as horny as guys. And the same thing, like, he's looking kind of good in those jeans. And
of course, I think they have I think girls have a better track record though. I bet there's actually a legit few girls that have been legit just friends with some legit straight guys. But I don't think there's ever been a legit straight guy that's been a legit just friends with a legit single girl that's
See,
legit
you know the
straight.
one, okay, like, yeah, because I'm just thinking back. I'm like rolling the tape back in my head of like all these guys. Because I mean, in college there was.
Well,
and
if
I've
you're
always-
under 25, I think it apply across the board. It's impossible.
No, it's not happening.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean,
That age in college, yeah. Everyone wants to fuck everyone.
everybody does want to fuck everybody. It's insane. I mean, and everybody a lot of times ends up fucking everybody. That's really just the matter of fact.
Well, the problem
of
is we pretend like that's a bad thing.
It's not. That's a perfectly normal thing and should happen in college, I think. But I'm also trying to think back of like, I guess I wasn't ever single.
Yeah, I mean, I just know as a guy, like Muddy saying, you will compromise all of your supposed standards.
Mm-hmm.
When you're a young guy, they'll go out the shitter in a heartbeat. She could literally be a one-legged, you know, one arm.
Well, we have a friend we know that did a one-arm situation. I don't know if you know about that one, though. You might have heard about that.
Wait, I thought I heard about a one-legged situation from somebody.
There's one of those, too. Yeah.
I swear to God,
Yeah,
from one of y'all.
Oh, yeah.
There's the one leg that...
Dr. Evil Tits, maybe?
No. It's someone else.
Oh, okay.
And then we have the old mini arm situation, too, where she was trying to give him a handy, and literally like it was, yeah.
Oh, my
the
God.
description is...
Hey,
wow.
she got to get some, too. She's
Agreed.
got to
No,
get
hey,
some, too.
She got some that night, too, and
Good for
credit
her.
to him, but this friend of ours is notorious for his very descriptive, talk, and
Play-by-play?
kind of like when he tells the story, like you just want to sit down and listen.
Oh,
You're
my
like,
God.
okay, Mr. Rogers, tell me how you did this horrible thing.
Tell me
Right.
everything.
So does he
Tell
seek
me
out people
everything.
like that?
No.
Okay. It's just a...
This was something he didn't realize until he got into the room, according to him. So
Oh, well, I mean, that's fair game. I mean, there's no harm, no
No
foul.
harm, no foul. So, okay, your final assessment, though, is that, like, I mean, yeah, sure, guys and girls can be friends, but they're going to end up wanting to fuck.
Or
yeah,
that,
it's just a girl, a friend that's a girl of yours that you find remotely attractive is a girl you just haven't talked to yet.
Yeah, that you haven't found a way to fuck her yet.
unless
you just
she's
haven't found a way to
friends.
convince her
Mhm.
to
Even if
let
she's, like,
you-
married or with somebody, because that's
Not
the
if
thing.
she's with, like, one of your buddies.
I don't...
No, that well. That
You know
goes
what I
back to
mean?
the pocket pussy thing.
Yeah.
Like you don't.
There's a
think about,
code amongst
Yeah.
real bros where
But
that,
Yeah.
if she's with somebody that's not your bro...
oh, there might be fair game then.
Because that happened, I mean, to me, when I was in Athens, again, I was in college, but I was in a relationship. It was a long distance relationship. He was in Louisiana. I was in Athens. And there was a guy that I work with that I ended up hanging out with all the time. And I was legit like, we're just like really close friends and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, he totally wanted to fuck me and I had to cut that shit off.
That's just
So you
every
fucked him
guy.
then?
No, I didn't fuck him. 'Cause I didn't want.
That's every guy.
I didn't, but I really thought he was just like being my friend, and then I was like, "Oh, you're doing all this stuff for me because you." Okay, I see now.
That's how it
So-
always ends for guys too. They get discovered, and the girl is always so sad. Like, you know what, motherfucker, I opened up to you.
I was so bummed out. I was like, you know what, dude? Yeah, because he just went a little too far with like the Valentine's Day came around, and he gave me this really creepy present, and I was like, dude, you know I have a boyfriend. Dude, man, we can't hang out anymore.
now
Fuck.
you put me in this weird
I know. I
spot.
was like, no, we can't be friends anymore. And we worked together. Like, he was in the kitchen and I was a waitress. And I was like, fuck, man.
Yeah, especially at restaurants, that shit happens all the time.
Oh, God, yes. I should have
but-
known. I was so naive.
So the deal is this: like, if I'm approaching, of course, back when I was single, if I was approaching a girl at a bar and she has a boyfriend, that is kind of on her to either let me know that
Uh-huh.
or disclose that she's not interested in anything I have to offer.
Correct.
Right? Because
That's
at the
fair.
end of the day, I don't. Her boyfriend, as long as I don't know him, it means kind of nothing to me. Now, if she's married, she's got to she's got to be wearing a ring or something. If you find out a girl's married and she's out and about, she's not wearing a ring, get the hell
That's
out
a
of
whole
that.
nother
Oh, but
issue.
she's
that's
for one, she's crazy. For two,
yeah.
you don't want that.
Nope.
Mm-hmm.
That's drama.
I will tell you if a boyfriend ever approached me and be like, hey, why are you hitting on my girlfriend? Like, look, one, how the fuck was I supposed to know that?
Mhm.
Two, me that. So you might want to talk to her. Why is your problem with me?
Exactly.
You know, like, I'll fight you. I'm fine with that. But you need to think about what you're doing before you get your ass kicked and lose your girl.
The root of the problem is with her.
The problem is her, not me.
Yeah, I guarantee you, nobody's ever going to come up and hit on me at a bar. You know why? Because my giant husband is going to be right there next to me, and I'm not going to even look at anybody else.
Yeah, I'm a total ass face too, with the mean looking face. It's
it's your
everybody in the room.
It's just his natural face.
Yeah,
even when he's just happy as can be.
Well, that's what I love though about.
Well, those pictures were great.
That's the great thing about of Muddy and Dr. Evil Tits and Professor McNuggets. Mm-hmm. They give two shits that I look mean. They know that means nothing. Dr. Evil Tits gives no shits that I look mean. He's the most vicious guy I've ever known.
No, well, and that's why I love them, because they exactly know you as well as I do. That like your
it's a facade.
Your bitch face means nothing.
It doesn't mean nothing.
Well, it gets to a point with us. You know, our whole entire group of friends is that we're basically family. So at the end of the day, it was never an issue that if you were going to start a fight with one of us, it was going to be a problem for everyone. It was going to be a problem for you and everyone you know.
Oh, so, you didn't want it. It was so bad for everyone else.
You just didn't want it. And at the end of the day, I mean, that would have been my response to a guy, and it has been my response to many guys. And they're like, well, I'm going to kick your ass. They're like, this is a mistake, but okay.
I'm trying to tell you, please do not start this.
I mean, as much as our Dr. Evilton, I very much enjoy hitting people too. So, and it's a lot more unexpected when it comes from me. So, yeah. So at the end of the day, yeah, if your boyfriend's wanting to fight someone for hitting on you, it's really on you to tell that guy. And if he beats up a guy for hitting on you, then he's kind of a piece of shit. You should really
he's pretty stupid is what he is.
Well, he's insecure, and y'all's relationship is dog shit because you shouldn't have let anything go far
early.
Right, you shouldn't have let anything get far enough of a guy hitting on you to get to that point. Unless a guy just straight comes up out of the blue and starts grabbing your tits and shit, that's different.
That's like assault.
Right, that's assault. 100%. That is for sure assault, and just get security.
All right, so Randall, I'll put you in this position because I got a question for you then. So take, for instance, that if we didn't know each other, if I walked into a bar and bought Brooke a drink, like, I saw her across the bar, attractive lady, like, I don't see you, let's say you're in the bathroom or something like that, you're dropping deuces or doing something that's taking a little while, and I'm like, another drink. She's at the end of her drink, I'm going to buy her a drink. Now, let's say I buy her a drink, I walk over there and I'm just like, hey, saw you sitting over here, I saw your drink was empty, just wanted to buy you a drink, and she immediately says, like, hey, look, I got a boyfriend. Thank you very much for the drink. You can take it back. Like, no, you can get the drink. I totally understand. My bad. And I just kind of walk away. You're not going to give me, or if you walk up during that even exchange, you may walk up a little bit like, what the fuck's going on? But after hearing that, like, what would be your next move?
It depends, because we've had that exact scenario happen in our younger days. Here in Atlanta, I had a bartender that we were early dating, though. You know what I mean? So I can acknowledge that I was a little insecure, and I didn't live here and I didn't know anybody here, but plus I was drunk and stupid. But he bought her a drink, and she comes over.
I'm like, I got free drinks.
She's like, I got a free drink. This is great for you because you don't have to buy it. And I was like,
it was for me and you.
I was like, take it back. Go give it back. And she went, and I was hammered drunk. I remember it. Like, I don't drink liquor anymore at all, Muddy, because I was turned into a monster.
Yeah, you've talked about that a little bit. Yeah.
But the poor bartender ended up coming over and, like, apologizing to me, like, to be cool. He was like, hey, man, I promise you. And I was such a dick that I still barely took his apology. If it were me and someone were treating me like I was treating them, it was justified to punch me in the face, in my opinion.
Well, he's a bartender, and he's probably like, all right, this guy's drunk.
No, I'm just saying, I don't justify my bullshit. When I make a bad judgment call, I can own up to it.
It was embarrassing.
Yeah,
I tell you this, if you would have done that to me, given your size, out of step back, assess the situation. If I thought it was going to end in a fight, I would have kicked you right in the fucking knee as hard as I could, and then kind of see what you're going to just. I'm going to break your knee or hurt your knee so bad that you're not going to be able to do shit about it. And then either leave the situation or continue on whatever needed to be happening.
Yeah, it was so bad. I mean, I was going through my divorce. Brooke's divorce was 2 seconds. I wasn't living here. There was a lot of times, especially when I would drink liquor.
Those
looking
early
back
times,
on it now,
there
where
were some rocky moments.
I was
like
so
that.
damn defensive because
Yes.
I wasn't here every day, and I didn't want, because I knew how much I wanted to be with her forever, immediately, but not being here, living here, like I was like, I don't trust a motherfucker. I don't trust nobody.
And it was literally like that bartender gave me drinks because like when I went up to order drinks, it was something so simple that like we had in common.
He was totally cool.
And it was totally innocent. And it was like we had already bought however many million drinks. And it was like when I went up to order a drink, it was something as simple as like the Saints or like LSU or something like that he was like, hey, these drinks are on me, whatever. And I was so like, babe, look.
No, you were so happy because it saved us money.
Look at what I did. And he was like,
right.
no.
And he saw that as you were playing it up or like excited about being.
Or that guy was trying to fuck me, basically, is how he saw it.
No, that's exactly how I saw it.
He was. I mean,
and Muddy's right, but I should have handled it.
To some degree, I guess.
But Randall needs to handle that better, for sure.
100%.
And today...
Even in the instance I was giving you, that's what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
But I just, you told me, you were straightforward with it. It's like, all right, cool. That was worth the beer to know.
Yeah, today he would handle it way better. I think he would be like, cool, yeah, I know my wife's hot. Thanks, bye.
Yeah, but...
Yeah, that's the way to handle it.
Yeah.
Appreciate it, but don't ever let it happen again.
Right.
Unless you're bringing me beer.
Unless you want to buy me a drink.
Unless you want to be with me. If you want to get with this, keep them coming, baby.
You better be wearing that Britney Spears shirt when you ask me about that.
No shit. That's hilarious, though. Well, I agree. No. I almost think my answer to, the men and women friends, if I had to give a hard answer, I don't know if it's under, I would even go to say, if you're 30 and under, it's impossible. Mm-hmm. If
Agreed.
both parties are single.
Agreed.
That somebody's going to eventually...
Even if one or both is not single, that can be dicey.
Oh, yeah. Somebody wants to fuck.
Everybody wants to fuck when you're under 30.
Wants to fuck, yeah.
Everybody wants to fuck, period, especially when you're under 30.
Yeah, but so what do you think about the guy that says, no, that's not me. I never am like that.
Yeah, that's part of the game.
He's lying. He's lying. Yeah.
I mean, that is the integral part of the game. You need to make her think you're not trying to fuck her in order to fuck her.
Checkmate.
Because if she thinks you just want to fuck her, then, well, you should have just fucked her. Because,
right. Then the jig is up.
Open to it. Yeah.
See,
the jig is up. So, I mean, if she knows that you want to fuck her and she's still your friend, that means she's keeping it in her mind, too. Yeah, so you're like a dick in glass. Break in case of emergency.
That's fucking great.
I just had the visual in my head.
That's how they have Robin Olds
with the little hammer next to it. Tink.
Yeah.
That's fucking awesome.
Hammer. I need a mouthful of dick. Ching.
Right now.
Right now. I need some hot meat. And
immediately need some dick.
So yeah, I mean that's that situation. But yeah, part of the game of that is to make her think that you're just friends, and that's like, oh, we can sleep in the same bed together. He's just a friend of mine, and all of a sudden you're pitching a fucking tent, and she's grinding back into it on accident, and she's like, oh, that didn't seem so bad. And yeah, it wouldn't be so bad if it was, hey, let me just let it soak for a little bit. Soaking's not sex, it's soaking, right? That's what the Mormons say. So I'm just gonna put it in there and let it soak.
Well, that's exactly how I picture how Amanda and Chris have fucked before. I have no real.
There's no doubt in my mind.
I have no proof. They say they haven't. I just call bullshit on it. I think there's been some sort of fuckery there. Just my opinion.
I don't think they could be as good of friends as they are without having fucked.
Yeah, they're pretty close.
And spending as much time as they do together. That's my.
Yeah, but I don't get the feeling that they're like fucking.
But
No.
at least once.
So I listened to their podcast the other night, and I actually very much enjoyed it. I went back a few, and they were talking about like different dating apps that they had used. And,
Yeah.
and
No,
the
that
kind
was
of
a good one, yeah.
funny shit that they had gone into. And, Chris was talking about, loading her up with Fireball, and I'm just like, yeah, but that's not the only balls you loaded her up with that night.
No.
I love her interview and his interview with you guys, and look, I'll give them the benefit of the doubt all day, but I'm going to tell them that they're lying.
Yeah, I think that something happened, and then Amanda shut that shit down for whatever reason, and Chris is just sitting there like, fuck me, man. This should be me. This is gonna be me. We will be married.
Oh, babe, I don't know.
No, you know what? I
think
don't quite get that vibe from Chris.
Oh, I think he loves her to death.
Oh, I get that. I think he loves her to death, and I actually think that he loves her like a sister now. But at some point in time during their relationship, it had to have happened.
Yeah, we're gonna have him back on to get
we
into
accidentally fucked, and that
accidentally fucked. Slip, fell, fuck.
It's like it's an accidental fuck. I slipped, and my dick fell into your body, and then I wiggled around trying to get off you, and then I came all over your tip.
Yep. Whoopsie. That happens all the time.
Yeah, they're really fun though. We enjoyed their episode.
No, they're great.
I think
I'm looking forward to listening to more of their stuff. I just, and hopefully they don't hate me for it. But I mean, that's just how I feel about it. I'm sure they deal with that every day. So
no, they heard us.
No.
When she's listening, when Amanda's listening to this, she's gonna roll her eyes, and Chris is gonna smirk, and I'm gonna be like, "Oh, you dirty dog! I knew it!
Yeah.
I knew it!"
Absolutely.
Let me smell your fingers right now. Okay, that was too far.
Chris is 50 fucking one too. That's fucking unreal.
Hey, that's
What
good
a-
for him,
what a
man.
pill.
He seems to be having
Go
a
ahead,
good
Chris.
time at that age.
I know. Shit. Get it in while
He's
you
living
Living it up.
He seems to be slinging around New Orleans there. Having
He
a good
parties
time.
harder than we do,
Yeah.
and we're 39, and yeah. But
I tell you this: if I was 51 and single, I'd be dangerous because financially that would be. I'm already great. So just the things that I would have done if I was younger and as financially secure as I am now, I probably wouldn't be here today. So
right.
No, we would,
That is
check that
dangerous. That is dangerous.
yeah, that wouldn't be a good look. I could see you out destroying lives, ruining women's lives forever.
Dr. Muddington and Dr. Evil Tits
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
slaying everywhere.
That's the thing about old. I saw that Professor McNuggets is
He's getting married.
getting married.
Evil
married,
Tits is
yeah.
never going to be tied down.
Yeah, I don't. He's done pretty
Wouldn't go
good.
so far about that. He's
Yeah.
pretty tied down.
He's not married though, right? He's got a kid now.
Right.
He's got a daughter.
He's got a kid.
Oh,
Remember I
really?
told you.
I thought he was.
Yeah, we're trying to
I
make.
told you I had a daughter.
Yeah, Eva. Sorry.
Oh, well,
we're
I'm
trying
fine.
to go ahead and connect my youngest and his youngest to basically form what would be
A supervillain?
the greatest superhero that ever.
A supervillain, a Megamind supervillain, because that is dangerous.
A lot of Lex Luthor type of stuff.
Oh
And,
my gosh.
yes. we have some plans.
Oh, that's fucking awesome. That is great, though.
Neither our significant others are probably overwhelmingly thrilled with the conversations we've had. But,
Hysterical. I did not know that Dr. Evil Tits had a Mrs. Dr. Evil Tits and a youngster.
He does. I know.
Well,
I remember
good
he
for
did
him.
have a little girl.
my son's little Peter's headed right towards it.
I bet she's a little ass kicker.
Oh yeah, I bet he'll
Awesome.
have her in some jujitsu and shit early.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Imagine bringing home, imagine picking her up on a date. And
Never.
Just what that entails.
Because
yeah.
he's not going to do the typical just dad shit.
No.
He's gonna have like
Dr. Evil Tits.
He's gonna have like a severed head on the lawn or something.
Exactly.
As if there's probably not already one there.
Yeah. She's It would be some shit that symbolically
So
ruins
far,
that boy's soul.
Yeah. He will take his, he will go out and financially, have that kid's face mapped onto that severed head.
Yes, that's
And
yep.
take that dime and just have it there on a pike in the front yard.
Yep,
Like,
he'll take it that one step further. Yep.
Yeah, that's the step. That's the next step, and that's probably where I foresee that happening.
Jesus.
I actually I had another question for you, Randall. And it's a little bit of a subject change, but you mentioned jiu-jitsu. How is it that, were we ever at Sturgis together, or were you there when I was in baseball still?
Yeah, I was. We missed each other. It doesn't seem like it was very long where we missed each other. Where I ended up stopping training there, and then everything, ended up happening where I was basically the whole start of that divorce or separation the first time from my first marriage. I don't remember the exact dates, but I loved when I spent time at Sturgis, but I do not miss the very first day I went and trained there. Sturgis put me and made me spar with Lance White. And I'd never sparred before, and Lance White's still kicking ass.
He just won some kind of championship belt.
Yeah.
Lance hits hard. I've been on the other side of a few of those.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he hit me, and I didn't know how to spar. And I think Sturgis just wanted to see if I was willing to throw down or if I was going to be a little, bitch about it. And I was like, I'll do it. I don't know shit, but okay. So I put on the gloves, and he's like, all right, let's spar. Let's go. He's like, Lance, go 40%. And I was like, okay, 40%. Okay, cool. So we're, squaring off. I'm like, oh, I look pretty good. Moving around. I throw the babyest jab at Lance. I don't even know if I touched him just to keep distance. And I think it grazed him. And I remember he looked at me and his eyes changed and he was like, oh, okay. All right.
Did he knock you out?
No, but his first punch,
punched your
I
face
can
off?
still remember. He hit me with the left and hit me in my right eye because the left hook hit me in the right eye, and immediately I couldn't see out of that eye. And I was like, "This is sparring. This sucks." The very first punch and my eye sucks. I hate this. So I immediately, tried to take him down, and we continued. And, I stayed and trained and enjoyed my time. But Lance don't fuck around. That dude loves to fight.
No,
he's a grinder.
He's a great person. He's a good person to roll with because he's a great fighter. But, two, he's long and, you don't think he's as big as he is. He's a big person.
Yeah, he is.
So if you're trying to, lock in arm bars or locks and stuff like that, he is just long and lean, but strong as all fuck. So when you're trying to do it, you're like, oh, I got him dead to rights, and all of a sudden, boom, his arm's out of there, and he's punching you with the other one. You're like, son of a bitch.
Yeah, he's a super good one.
Yeah, he's good. I used to always, I think the first time I walked in there, he just teed me and up. And,
well, that's a disaster. If he's going to get to use his jiu-jitsu, good everywhere. His kicks were awesome. Fuck, I gotta stop. Dr. Evil Tips.
Don't say it's the fucking last name, for God's sake.
But, okay, so he paired you up with him, and how'd that go in your very first go?
It went all right, because actually we had been, we had our own gym at the house.
Yeah.
So I had already, rolled with him at least, 100 times, it felt like. So, but that was, it was always Sturgis's point to anybody new came in, like, here, you're going to get a lesson here real quick, and if you stay, then I'll teach you something. But, you're either going to get hit or you're going to get choked. One of those two things are going to happen to you, and if you stay, then I know it's worth my time. So it was a good place. I enjoyed it. I missed it. When I came up to Chicago, I actually got a chance to train with Shoney Carter for a while.
Oh, very
You
nice.
want to talk about a fucking beast.
Oh, yeah,
Like
Shoney
that guy.
Carter was a fucking killer.
Oh, yeah,
Still probably is, yeah. He was a kickboxer.
Yeah, he is the dirtiest person in the world. He's the kind of guy who digs, like when you have him, like his head down on you, he's digging his thumb in between your ribs. Just to be a dick.
Oh, Jason Sanderson was like that.
Yeah.
Jason Sanderson's tough as... Man, I remember rolling with him. He got so good so fast. It was the perfect thing for him that he got into MMA. But I was helping and prepare for Dr. Evil Tit. We're going to be editing so many pieces out.
No, me.
Or you. But so me and Dr. Evil Tits, I'm helping him prepare for a fight that he had coming up. And it was a bigger guy, so he was getting to roll with me because I was way heavier than him. So I'm rolling with him, and he's killing me everywhere. He's arm-barring me left and right, and I'm just basically trying to give him dead weight. And he ends up getting mount on me, and he's dropping, fake elbows just to practice elbows. And he gets one on my forehead, and it just barely grazed me. And I remember he was horrified because he was like, "Oh, for fuck's sake, man, you are bleeding. You are leaking."
Yep.
And I was like, "What?" I was like, "No, I thought that was you. What? I don't." And it looked terrible. We wiped it all up. It was like a zit of a cut. But, your head just bleeds like that shit. It's
Bleeds,
just fucking.
yeah.
But, oh, God, Dr. Evil Tits destroyed. My left elbow still clicks because of that guy. His arm bars are legendary. But, yeah, I enjoyed the time. That's crazy that we missed each other. But now that you said that, I remember Dr. Evil Tits talking about working with you at the house. And I think you were just starting to come on when all my shit happened and I was transitioning to happiness and being here.
Yeah, I think I was still with the Nationals up in Pittsburgh, so before I came down there, and I think that's right about the time I came down and you left. So
yeah,
kind of unfortunate passing, but I was just trying to think. I was like, geez, I can't remember if we were ever in the same room together.
No, we're but
I'd
man,
love to know, and I'd choke the hell out of you.
Oh, I know. You definitely would have. There's no doubt. I mean, those guys were fucking champions, though. I always enjoyed it very much so, and I'm glad we have Gunner in jiu-jitsu now. He's been in it for, since he was 3.
A year and a half now.
So I love it, man.
Yeah.
And I know
we're working on my stepson, so my oldest, who's 7, starting to get into that. So
Nice.
We're pretty excited about that.
Well, that's fucking awesome, Muddy. Well, we're about to wrap this one up because we got to record an intro for that other one too.
Jody's, yeah.
Don't lie, you guys are gonna go fuck.
Well,
probably,
that too.
but that's gonna happen regardless. But we do have to record the intro. But I do need that to know that you are gonna at least attempt to get us some awesome shit from Bonnaroo.
What do you mean awesome?
Yeah,
awesome audio.
Oh,
of some
audio,
sort.
yeah.
Yeah.
So obviously you've seen the names of the audio files that I send to you guys.
They're fantastic.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, just wait till you see the names of things that you're going to be getting coming up.
We can have some cameos by Dr. Evil Tits and Professor McNuggets, too, on the audio files if you want.
Yeah, since then, no, they'll be anonymous.
Oh, yeah, they'll be a part of it. There's no doubt about that.
There's no way they won't be. Muddy won't.
Yeah,
Muddy won't let them not be.
Yeah, you're going to hear some things that, aren't going to be surprising necessarily,
No,
but
nothing will be surprising, but
certainly they could be shocking.
Another thought about maybe ever even seeing me in public ever. So, and she may actually just pack up and move out of Chicago. So we'll see how that goes.
Well, damn, dude. Well, good luck and safe travels, brother. We'll be checking in with you soon, man.
Yep, be safe.
All right,
Tell,
man. Well, I appreciate it.
tell
All right,
Dr.
brother,
Evil Tits and Professor McNuggets that we said hello.
Tell them we said hello and tell them to go fuck themselves.
And I'll tell them.
All right, brother. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.